Got Your Back Pod Stream is brought to you by JL Financial Solutions. If you're an Albertan looking to plan your financial future, you want someone you can trust. Together with Sun Life's estate and financial planning services, JL Financial Solutions will develop a plan you can be confident in to grow and protect your wealth. Give Jonathan Lambert and his team a call at 780-733-0910.
Whoa, what a game. What a game, everybody. Oilers win 3-2 last-minute heroics by Evan Bouchard. That was a fun game to watch. I don't care if you cheer for the Oilers, for the Canucks. Just watching hockey, that was a great, great game to get and to watch. Lots to break down. We'll get to it in a few minutes, but we're coming live from my long shot studio in my office. All Oilers game nights during the playoffs are all-you-can-eat wings, $25 a person. Some conditions do apply. Visit Longshots Sherwood Park. What a game. What a game, 3-2. I loved it. You know I love those low-scoring games. It was so much fun to see. I can only imagine the emotions going through all the Oilers fans. I know my own kids. My oldest son wanted to go to bed. He's like, I got to stay up, Dad. It's good luck. So they did it. Evan Bouchard gets it done. We'll be joined by Rob Brown. Obviously, we'll have Zoobs with us here. We have Ryan Rishaug joining us momentarily. The pod is brought to you by Sherwood Buick GMC. Last month, Sherwood Buick GMC was awarded with the General Motors President's Club Award, which is given to the top 50 General Motors dealerships in Canada. Now, if you or someone you know is in the market for a new or pre-owned vehicle, make sure to go check them out. Visit the crew in Sherwood Park at 10 Automall Road or online at www.gmcpod.com. Let's bring in Ryan Rishaug, who's currently driving home from what I'm guessing was pandemonium at Rogers Place. Shogger, what was the reaction just, at the end when Bouchard scores? It must have been nuts in there.
Pretty fantastic, man. Like, I have to say, the air came out of that building something fierce when the Canucks tied that game. Like, just like years of angst and oh no. And you could just feel it. And I think everybody in that building that was cheering for the Oilers had that, oh, there you go again kind of thing, right? This team and and the only ones that didn't do that, I think, were the Oilers. Like, they were calm, man. They were calm and relaxed. And so I think I was pretty impressed with the composure they showed. But what an environment in the building, and it was really, really cool. And Evan Bouchard again, man. The guy's just finding these moments, Strudy. Finding big moments is Evan Bouchard, and taking care of business at the same time. So pretty awesome, man. I'm not sure what it was like on TV, but I'm glad I was there.
Yeah, great environment. And like I said, whether you like hockey or not, just a sports environment like that. I had tons of friends texting me about what was going on. It's just a lot of fun. All right, we've been holding off. Let's get into it. Let's get into the breakdown tonight. Brought to you by Mr. Dirk, the iconic men's clothing store in Edmonton, founded in 1939. Just off White Avenue and 102 Street, Mr. Dirk, formerly Dirk's, has everything you need for every aspect of your wardrobe. Casual clothes like jeans, pants, shirts, sweaters, shoes, and on the more formal side, an amazing selection of brand name suits, sports coats, and ties. They can do customs, and they have in-house tailoring. Visit MrDirk.com. All right, Oilers win 3-2, and there's so much to break down this game, but I think the high point, Calvin Pickard, was indeed between the pipes for the Edmonton Oilers. And Shogger, your thoughts on his first period? How did he look in warm-up, first period, the first team time out? It was his first playoff action ever.
Yeah, what a stage. What a stage for Calvin Pickard. And, to have come this far and found himself in that moment from where he would have even started this year, kind of contemplating what the year might look like. So really cool. And I thought he was good, Struds. Like, I thought he went in there. I thought he kept it simple. I thought he's a different goalie than Stu Skinner. He's not as big, plays the puck better. I thought he played the puck well. I thought he used those skills. And I just think he made the saves he was supposed to make. He was steady, and this team has played with so much confidence in front of him all along. So like you tell me, Struds, when you have a guy that plays well during the year, like no question they're comfortable with him in there. But when you have a guy that's as much a feel-good story as he is, and I'm telling you, every player that we interview talks about how much they love this guy and what an amazing presence he is in the locker room. And by the way, Pickard said, you know, I don't want to just be a great teammate. You know, it feels great to play, you know, really good hockey. But when you have a guy that plays that well, but is also that person in the room and is also a guy that's a great comeback, feel-good story, boy, that all adds up to a lot of feel-good in that room for those guys and for him, Strudy.
It does. And I think I'm not going to say that they play harder for him in front, but it's a different energy because this is the guy that you really don't want to see fail. I'm not suggesting that you're looking at your other goalie, that he's going to fail, but you're just like, hey, we really got to go. We got to get up. And it just changes. It unsettles the group and not in a bad way, but and so I thought that they came out really hard. I don't know that Vancouver even had a good scoring chance in the first two periods. They played really well in front of him. And he, like you said, he made the saves he had to. You look at the two goals that went in, you know, unfortunately for Donner and Nurse, they both go off him, but I wouldn't really fault him, you know, for those things, you know, especially the second one just goes off his foot. There was two guys in front of the net. So I thought Pickard was really, really solid in his game. And I want to hear now. Go ahead.
It is Struds. Yeah, sorry to interrupt you. And I might be a little bit of a dead spot. I'm just going through the River Valley here. So I hope you can hear me okay. But let me ask you this. You know, like you made the point that, you know, the quality of the scoring chances, right? That he didn't face a lot of really, really tough ones. But I thought a good moment, a telling moment, was him squaring up and facing down Brock Besser one-on-one with nobody between the two of them. It was just Brock Besser and him. Great chance in the slot. Now, Besser didn't make the same quality of shot that he did against Skinner on either of those other two, but I love the way Pickard played that. He stared the guy down and he confidently just, boom, made the save. I thought that was a good moment for him on a guy who is hurting the Oilers all the time.
Yeah. And I don't want to make my comments sound like I don't think that he played a good game but I just think that he did what he had to, right? Like a moment I liked for him is when Connor Garland got on the side of the net and he was very patient and he just stayed square to him, just kept moving over. Like I thought, you know, he was predictable. And that's a good thing for a goalie, right? For where he should play. So really impressed by him. So let's hear what his teammates have to say as we go into the Weiss Johnson Soundbox, brought to you by Weiss Johnson. With seasons changing, now's a good time to get your air conditioner scheduled in for a service before the heat hits, or your ducts cleaned before you fire up your air conditioner and blow out all the dust throughout your home. Visit WissJohnson.com for all your home comfort needs.
We're going to
Weiss Johnson, whoa.
So
Whoopsie.
I believe, is this Ekholm or is this Coach?
We're going to
I'm getting punchy on the buttons here.
Yeah.
We can go
How
to
we doing, Jim?
Good. I moved some stuff around on my board. I thought it was an improvement, but apparently not. We got Ekholm on Pickard.
Here's Ekholm on Pickard. Hit it.
I'm so happy for him. He's just been unbelievable for us this year. The way he stepped in, first of all, off the ice, he's a tremendous guy. He just lifts the room up. He's funny. He's really funny. But also, I love his mindset coming in here. I mean, it's, you know, never started a playoff game and comes in and just, you can tell from when I got here at 5:30, like he was just in his own and just the way he carried himself tonight out on the ice, just killer mindset, and just went out and delivered for us. And yeah, he is huge part for this win.
Yeah, he did a great job. I mean, it was a really tough position, you know, and you know, I know there was a player like Noah Juleson joining the series for the first time, although he'd played earlier in the playoffs, a different position, a D-man. But I thought he came in, he looked really solid. He was square to the shooters and calm. And you can tell when you're a player, you can tell when your goalie is a little bit skittish. And, you know, I don't know what it felt like in the building, but from what I saw, it looked like he was calm. And I think that does kind of reverberate through the lines or players.
For sure. Yeah, 100% it does, Struds. And like, look, I'm not gonna like club you over the head with your goalie suggestions last podcast, but I will ask you, Because you had thought maybe a strategy would be give Skinner a break, give him a rest, get Pickard in there, just try and win a game, and then go back to Skinner, see if he can grab it and regain that confidence, right? And you're not the only one saying that. I did hear a couple of other people suggesting that. But now we're here in this moment, and having watched Pickard do what he did tonight, every instinct in me is I can't imagine that they would go away from him when he gave them the steadiness and the calmness that they've needed. So do you feel that way, Struds, or do you still think there's a pathway that would make sense to go with the other guy?
Yeah, I started preparing for this question last night when I said that. And
I'm being pretty nice here, buddy. I'm being pretty nice here.
So clearly the right decision was Pickard tonight. Clearly there was no doubt. Like that was the right choice. And I said that, or we said that, 2 nights ago. So this isn't like I'm changing my mind. So that was clear. I still am not certain about game 5. I honestly, Pickard played a good game tonight. I think there'll be way more pressure as far as the Canucks and more shots and probably more scoring chances on Thursday night for whoever the Oilers put in net. But this kind of makes me think that they may go back to Pickard because that's game 5 in Vancouver. If you lose, you can come back and I'm not saying because of Pickard, but you can always come back to Skinner in game 6 at home, and then game 7 you figure out where to go from there. But it has given me pause because I thought he was really solid tonight, and I love the way he looked just comfortable. So it's brought my 100% down, but I still am thinking, honestly, I'm looking at Skinner. I'm still looking at him in this moment, but right now, if I'm guessing, I think it'd be Pickard between the pipes.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to be much kinder than Brownie. He's going to hop on here and he's going to beat you mercilessly with some Brownie logic, so I won't do the same. Let's maybe save the rest of that for him. Hey, let's talk about Evan Bouchard, buddy. Like Evan Bouchard, and I think like this offensive stuff from him, Struds, we expect it. Like that's what he does. He's one of the best in the world at creating offense from the blue line, and so he's finding these amazing moments and these clutch goals. And we'll talk about that goal, and I think we need to. But I also think the conversation on Bouchard has to include, the way he's evolving his game in his own end and this level of reliability that he's building in, and at just a critical time for him to be doing that. So you take it wherever you want, but I think it's been impressive at both ends.
Yeah, his puck management has been really good. And his development hasn't been so much on the offensive side of the puck the last couple of years. I've always challenged him with in the defensive zone and how hard he makes plays. And I think right now, every play he makes is really decisive. It's very decisive. And it's good they have it because they need him. They need him making those hard, smart, decisive plays. He's a bigger body. He can make those plays. He can still skate. He skates himself out of trouble sometimes. So he's playing really well. And, he's a big body. And I do believe in big bodies. You just roll off hits, right? It's not like you're getting crunched in there. So, and then his ability to score. He's got a shot and he's got so much confidence in that shot. And the last goal, he shoots it through a keyhole. Is it luck? Well, it's luck when you do it once a year. When you're repeatedly shooting pucks through keyholes, eventually you have to say it's skill.
No,
I
completely agree.
You got to give the guy credit.
Yeah, no. He knows what he's doing. And he can do it with his head up. That's the thing. The best defensemen in the world have the ability to take a pass on the fly, maybe one glance down, if that, even half a glance down. Yeah. And the rest of the time they're tracking the defenders, they're tracking the space to shoot at, and he just has this unreal ability to do that. I'm interested in your overall thought on the way that winning goal went in. From the Canucks standpoint, from the Oilers standpoint, maybe a chance to talk a little bit about a pretty good shift from Evander Kane too, pal.
Just 1 second here, fellas. Can we try to bring in I want to just interrupt because I don't know how this is going to go, but we'll try to add Brownie because he's going to be added to the call on the phone. So everyone bear with us for a minute and hopefully this works.
Oh, okay. Love it.
Let's see. Oh, this is exciting.
Hello.
All right, we got Brownie. Shogger, you're still
Brownie?
Good?
Hello, everybody.
There he is. All right.
Oh, hang on. I have to hit merge. Okay, now, Shogger, we got you. Oh, hold
Shog,
on.
are you
Something
there?
else changed. Look at this. This is a good thing we're doing this live. Okay, Shogger, we got you? Oh, why not? Brownie?
Well, Stud, you and I can chat. How are you
Oh.
doing, guys?
I'm good. I'm excellent,
is
actually.
that?
Thank you for asking. In the zone right
Well,
now.
I worry about
Absolutely
you
in the zone.
sometimes. When I don't see you often, I just want to check in to make sure
Yeah.
that
Well,
everything's
thanks
good
for
in your
asking.
life.
Yeah, no, very, very good. My hamstrings are a little tight, if you want to know the truth. But
Oh, seriously, I got a girl. I got a Swedish girl that
can
Oh, I'm trying to add Shogger again. It says merge. It's not working. We tried this live. We'll have to figure out. Oh.
on the schedule because of this big Oiler win.
Okay, you want to go with Brownie? And
Hello?
I'll text with Oh, it sounds like we have them both. Do we have you both?
Yeah, you guys got me?
Yes.
Brownie?
Okay, perfect. Let's rock and roll. Let's
All
keep
right.
Brownie?
Brownie, how you doing, pal?
Hello.
There he
Oh,
is.
this is
Okay.
exciting.
Okay, so just let's get into it. So Rob Brown, Ryan Rishaug on the phone. Let's continue here. So Brownie, we've kind of given our thoughts on Calvin Pickard. What did you think of his performance tonight?
I thought he was excellent. I mean, to come into this situation, it's the biggest game of the year for the Oilers. They've been lacking getting the saves. They've outplayed the Canucks in large chunks of the series, but were behind because they weren't getting the saves they needed. And he's come in. This is a guy that's supposed to be in the minors to start the year. Probably his National Hockey League career is a distant memory. And he comes in this big moment and looks confident, looks calm. I know that Knobloch in the speech afterwards talked about confident when he was in the net, but also coming out and to play the puck. And the moment didn't overtake him. So to me, I thought he was fantastic. And he played fantastic, great for the Oilers. And what a cool story. First ever National Hockey League playoff game in this kind of pressure situation and give that kind of effort. So a wonderful night for Calvin Pickard and his whole family, and a good night for the Edmonton Oilers.
Okay,
Hey,
in 20 seconds or less, who plays in net Thursday night for you, Brownie?
Well, I don't need 20 seconds. It's Calvin Pickard. He just won the hockey game. 100% Calvin Pickard is my goalie. He was giving them the saves that they weren't getting from anyone else.
Sorry, we lost you there. We didn't hear what you said. Well, I guess we'll just move on. Okay, so so let's talk about this winning goal, guys. And I think someone brought it up last pod about the Oilers having to make those D-men turns. Zadorov and those guys can go get pucks. And on the game-winning goal, that's exactly what they do. They make Hronek turn, and something that Evander Kane was doing all night. He gets it on the forecheck, and footsteps are heard by Hronek, and he runs him and knocks him down. And from there, the play ensues. We can talk about the great pass from Draisaitl, incredible shot from Bouchard. But I'm telling you, in that moment, to come out of the gate like that with Kane and Holloway hadn't played a lot, and you run someone right off the hop and just sets the tone for that whole shift. 20, 30, whatever it is, 15 seconds later, goal in the net, and Kane's right in front. I love that play by Kane. And man, do they need that from him in this series going forward, Brownie.
Oh, I agree. And you could see the exhaustion on Hronek after getting hit. It's the end of 60 minutes. You played a lot. You take that hit, and you just want to get to overtime. And when Leon's behind the net, they left him because they were so tired. So, yes, Kane on the forecheck. Then the play on the boards. Besser has a chance to get it out, but he's under pressure and doesn't get it high enough. Leon knocking the puck out of the air close to a high stick, but still knocked it out of the air. And then the play by Ekholm at the blue line. That was so important. Miller's flying the zone, but Ekholm realizes I can keep it in, keeps his foot on the blue line, keeps the puck alive. That subtle play by Ekholm allowed the Edmonton Oilers to eventually score the game-winning goal. But yes, Evander Kane was good tonight. Holloway was good tonight. That line was good. And a big reason that the Edmonton Oilers are going back tied 2-2 against the Vancouver Canucks is because Evander Kane got in on a forecheck and forced the turnover.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot, you guys, about, physicality and how it can make a difference. And it helps you create little moments, right? It helps you create little momentum moments and little shifts in possession. And so I love the fact that goal was born out of physical energy. Like, I think that's good for this team. I think that's awesome. So, good on those guys. And I thought, Dylan Holloway to be out there at that point in the game with those guys. Like, think about the point of the game they're at, and Dylan Holloway skating around on the ice, guys. We weren't sure if he was going to start the playoffs in the lineup or not. So he's out there. Evander Kane is out there after taking a tough double minor earlier in the game. But bounces back and has a good night and an energetic night. So, and then Leon Draisaitl the skill, and he's always so good at finding guys. There was just a lot going on there that went right. And then you got to credit the coach. I mean, he's the one that put that line together, and he's the one that put the line on the ice, and it worked. So a lot of positive stuff happening there, and just a huge clutch goal from Evan Bouchard. So pretty impressive stuff. By the way, did you guys hear Tocchet tonight? I'm not sure if either of you guys have heard this yet or not. But he was really hard on his team. And I'll just make this point, guys, and then I'm going to hop off and head into the office. But Tocchet teed off on his group pretty good. So there's half a dozen guys that got to get going. Doesn't feel they're competing. He really came down on them. So I found that pretty interesting. He was pretty aggressive after the game, guys. So I'll kind of leave you with that, and I'll hop back in a couple of minutes here, boys.
Yeah, Pettersson. He was all over Pettersson, and I think Pettersson needs to be better. Okay, before we get to the Relentless player, I want to get into this with you, Brownie. I thought one of the biggest moments of the game early was a 4-minute penalty kill. Kane, cross checks in the face or high sticks, whatever you want to call it. But the Oilers were all over them. And I don't even think I think they had maybe one shot, the Canucks did. But I think that really sucked a lot of life out of their group and brought the Oilers group energy.
I agree. And I was a power play guy. And on nights where our power play was bad, it took energy out of you as a player. When you're on the power play, you create momentum for your team. You create energy for yourself and for your line mates. You feel good about yourself. And when your power play was as bad as that power play was, that was a 4-minute power play. The only shot they got, I think, was Garland on their second unit. First unit couldn't get it across the blue line. And if they got it across the blue line and went 3 feet and then it got iced down, that just wiped any momentum the Canucks could have, and it hurts you as an offensive player because you don't get any mojo, any confidence that you got from that. Even if you don't score, but you're getting chances, and that rolls into your 5-on-5 shifts. And as we saw, there was for long stretches the Canucks didn't create anything offensively. But yes, I think that power play for the Canucks lost momentum, and it certainly built momentum for the Edmonton Oilers, who pressure. And now if you want to know why a Ryan or a Janmark are in the lineup, their penalty killing was excellent tonight. And the best chance, I think it was that one where Janmark had the partial breakaway. So great job by the penalty killers. Again, the penalty killers have done their job all playoffs long. And then again, we saw tonight the power play did as well.
Okay, let's get to our Relentless player of the evening, brought to you by UCAN Youth Services, an Edmonton charity relentless in helping youth age 16 to 24 get out of harm's way and get employment. Visit ucan.ca to see how your donation can change lives right here in our community. And there were lots of options. I've gone through this a few times, guys, and I'm sure I'll get some pushback from both of you. I'm going with Leon Draisaitl. Honestly, I thought tonight he was relentless in his, winning faceoffs, getting hits. He was chirping guys. He was so emotionally connected to this game on so many different levels. To me, he stood up above the rest of the herd, Brownie. So anyone else I missed there as far as Relentless player?
Well, you could have given it to a bunch of guys. I thought Ekholm was excellent in this game. Bouchard, Pickard was excellent. Yeah. But to me, Leon Draisaitl has been the Oilers' best player in the playoffs. He is. Connor McDavid is all world. Leon has been an absolute beast in these playoffs. And again tonight, he's getting under the skin of some of the Canuck players. Yeah. You saw him go and tap players after he scored a goal. I think it was Lindholm he tapped on the way off the ice. Leon wants to win, and he's got an intensity about him. But yes, Leon has been excellent. And I said this on air with Reed a little earlier. Leon has won the Hart. He's won the Art Ross. He's got 350 goals season, and he is a better playoff player than he is a regular season player.
Yeah.
That's how good he's been.
And he's cocky, and other teams probably hate him. Like I think when he tapped that player on the way by after scoring, I was like, oh my God, I just love it. Absolutely love it. Zoobs, you have a scoreboard ready, buddy?
Yeah.
Okay.
I sure do.
Let's do a scoreboard brought to you by DeBoer's Golf Shop and Fitting Center, aiming to help you play better golf with golf fitting instruction, after-sales support, and golf merchandise and clothing. I took my 2 older kids there. They've got their clubs. We went and played a little bit today, and they just absolutely love their clubs. They're just killing it. Obviously not as good as their dad, but they're great. So they're celebrating 25 years. Check out the Pro Shop style atmosphere located at 5311 99th Street in Edmonton. Zuby?
All right. Yeah, only one other game on the ice tonight, and that was the Bruins and the Panthers. And the Bruins extend that series going into hostile territory there. They come up with a 2-1 win. Charlie McAvoy scored the winner about midway through the second period. And Jeremy Swayman made 28 saves for Boston. So that series will be heading back to Boston for game 6. And it looked like some of these first round series might be over early. And now none of them are over. Carolina's pushed back with 2 wins after being down 3-0. Boston holds up down 3-1, extending that series. We'll see what happens, of course, tomorrow night with Colorado and Dallas. But the second round marches on. Everybody pushing back from the edges of defeat here. Yeah, that's your scoreboard. Hopefully we're going to have Schauger back in here by the time we come back from break here. So stick around. We're going to be back in a minute. And that was your DeBoer's Golf Shop and Fitting Center scoreboard. Stick around, folks.
The fastest growing male grooming company on the planet just got even better. Backscape 2.0 with a revolutionary friction fit handle makes the razor easy to pop in and out to shave not only your back, but anywhere on your body. And those hard to reach spots just got even easier with the new ergonomic design. Backscape's new titanium shave head makes for a smoother, more comfortable shave that respects your skin. Backscape 2.0. Stay smooth, gentlemen.
On paper, my life looks exciting.
In reality, not so much.
Every day it's same old, same old.
Clock in, clock out.
Then I discovered Play Alberta. I can play casino games anytime.
Bet on any game.
And buy lottery tickets anywhere in Alberta. I think my spleen is ruptured.
All right, Zuby, back in the home office. You got my mic? Everything good? You hear me okay?
Looks and sounds fabulous.
Fantastic. Strudy, nice job.
You got it, boys.
Taking the big chair while we were en route. Time now for takeaways brought to you by FG Promotions. Your place for all corporate and team merchandise, from apparel, jerseys, gifts, golf tournament prizes. Corporate customers even get personal discounts on golf gear for their employees. Top shelf quality, amazing customer service. Visit fgpromo.ca and score 10% off your first order when you mention that Got Your Back sent you. I'm not sure where you guys finished off in that last segment. Where I'm feeling like taking it right now is to the depth that the Oilers had tonight. Struds, did we touch on that last segment at all?
So I was leaving that for the takeaways.
Yeah, great instinct. So this morning in practice, guys, Derek or Chris Knobloch had multiple meetings out on the ice, and my ace cameraman Dave Parker shot a bunch of it, and he chatted with he chatted with Sam Carrick early in before skate. He chatted with Derek Ryan. He chatted with Connor Brown and Matthias Janmark. He basically, Fogle, McLeod. I think the message, was, I'm going to try and get you some more ice. I think we know that's what the message was going to be. But, to a couple of the guys, you're going to have to bring it. And so I know the minutes weren't out of control tonight. Like they didn't get a pile of minutes. But I think he made a bit of a bargain with those guys. And I think it paid off, Struds, because they were usable. Deep into that game, he had 4 lines that were usable. This is much more the formula to win playoff games with everybody pulling on the rope a little bit, is it not?
You got to. Well, first off, you can't have 5 guys playing that much and try to win a Stanley Cup. I don't believe it's ever been done where a team has played 5 guys like that. But I felt like more players are invested in the game tonight. You touched on the Janmark penalty killing. I don't know if it was you or Brownie. I thought that Vinny Darnay was really invested in the game. Even Nugent Hopkins. I thought that, he had more jump to his game and was trying to attack and score. So we kind of go through the lineup. You're right. The minutes weren't dramatically better. There were still quite a few guys hovering around that sub 10, but I think they all ticked up a minute and a half to 2 minutes, and I'll take it. It just give us a chance, right? And then hopefully you get a little bit more next game, Brownie.
Well, to me, I thought it was the middle 6 that needed to be better for the Oilers. Obviously, the big players, the big guys have been awesome all playoff long. And I have liked what Ryan has done. I have liked what Janmark has done. They're getting limited minutes. So don't expect goals from them, but they're positive when they're on the ice. They're good on the forecheck. Last game, Ryan almost scored 2 goals. Janmark was involved physically. Their penalty killing has been good. Tonight we saw Nugent Hopkins have a much better game. He was involved both physically and then scores the big goal. And I like the fact that he looked Connor off. He had Myers in between him and Connor. You shoot that one. And good on him. I thought Kane had a good game. Holloway had a good game. But I still think the third line, they need more out of it. McLeod, Fogle, and Corey Perry still not as noticeable as they're capable of being. I think that's the one step further that the Oilers can make, is getting their third line to be a little more productive. And then you're much harder out in the rest of this playoff series than if they move on. But the fourth line, I thought they get serviceable minutes from those guys, both 5-on-5 and certainly when they're penalty killing.
So, Brownie, let me ask you this, and this is a tough question.
Yep.
Do you think Corey Perry has more to give than what he's giving right now? Or is this what he's got?
I hope he has more to give. But he's been quiet. He's been very, very quiet. The speed of the game is way faster now than it was in the regular season.
That's why I'm asking that, right?
The thing is, and the thing is, Corey Perry on all these other teams he's been on, he's went to the finals, 4 years in a row? Mm-hmm. Corey Perry was a fourth-line player. He was a fourth-line player that got limited minutes. And on those teams, though, he would find some power play time, usually on their second unit. Well, we don't have a second unit here in Edmonton. And you're asking him to play third-line minutes here. On the third line, that's not what I don't know if he's got the legs for that now. I honestly don't. So then you got to make a decision. Is he hindering your third line? I brought this up a couple episodes ago or a couple podcasts ago. Do you pull Corey Perry out of the lineup to put a little bit more speed on your third line?
Struds, what do you think, man? Is there more for there to is he given what he's got and the game is where it's at?
I have a hard time believing that Corey Perry doesn't bring it every night. It just seems to be his history. So by saying that, I think that he's emptying the tank. Tonight, I thought he found ways to get more in scrums, and he had the cross check in front of Besser's face. I thought that was hilarious, by the way. When I look at their line, the players he's playing with aren't necessarily bump and grind guys down low, right? So is it that the line isn't suited to him, or he's not suited to the line? McLeod is more keep your feet moving and skate. He doesn't necessarily want to grind it out. And I think Fogle right now is maybe not is unsure of his game. So is there a more suited line to his skill set than what he's currently at? And maybe that is a fort. Derek Ryan really works hard down low. Janmark, same. Maybe that's a better line for him, but that's not the fastest line against the Kings, who were more into that ground and pound. They were okay with it. I think that was more his style. But I wonder if the line isn't built correctly, Schauger, for what everyone brings as far as skills.
Yeah, and I think that's fair. I don't think after tonight's game you necessarily want to. I mean, you're not messing anything with Derek Ryan. I think you could look at Connor Brown and say, okay, there's maybe a case to be made. If you wanted to make a change, you could. Like, let's say Adam Henrique is healthy and ready to play next game. I think you got a tough decision to make between Corey Perry and Connor Brown. I think that's a hard decision. And I think the answer might end up being Corey Perry potentially, because what you can do is you can play Adam Henrique on left, Ryan McLeod in the middle, and Warren Foegele over on the right. That to me would make sense. And then you don't mess with a fourth line that played pretty well tonight. But if Henrique is ready, I think Perry is definitely in the crosshairs here and probably should be Brownie.
Yeah, I agree. I just you're getting, in all honesty, you're getting more out of your fourth line than you are out of your third line right now. I noticed the fourth line in a positive way when they're out there.
Sure.
I don't with the third line at all. So yeah, I don't know. Is Henrique even close to being ready though?
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's skating on his own. I know he didn't skate earlier today at morning skate. So, I mean, let's say that he's not going to be ready and you've got Carrick sitting there. Is that enough to make a change potentially? You just not mess with a winning lineup?
Oh, if I wouldn't mess with a winning lineup. But if Henrique's not ready, I would flip-flop Brown and Corey Perry. I'd put more speed with McLeod and Foegele. And I'd throw Perry down on your fourth line. Yeah. Yep. But I mean, the third line is getting nothing done right now. So the only fortunate thing you have is the Vancouver Canucks third line with Pettersson is getting nothing done either.
Yeah.
Oh boy, he's hard to find. You know what?
What's going on, Struds?
What's
going on with this guy? He's a good player.
You try to find him. You look for him, and he gets a little jump on the power play at times, but 5-on-5, I keep looking for him. Like, hey, what's this guy going to do tonight? How's he going to do it? And he's just, he was singled out by their head coach after the game that, that he needs to find more juice. It's a great thing for the Oilers right now that he isn't buzzing like he can. And it's been a while now. This isn't just one series. This is multiple series and some regular season.
So Ro Nelson and a few others are asking that if somebody comes out of the lineup, there's a suggestion that it should be Warren Foegele at this point, feeling like that should be fairly obvious. One thing I'll say about Foegele, he was part of a penalty kill that was pretty darn good tonight, so I think that helps him out. I do think that the speed and the size is something they really like and don't want to remove from their lineup. So Struds, as much as you would want more from Foegele at times, I thought actually tonight he was probably better than he had been a couple of other nights. Am I wrong?
Yes. I think he was the lowest ice time player on the team. That's always not a good sign for him, for anybody. Trust me, I've been that guy.
845.
So
Connor Brown had 802.
And Foegele, didn't he have 745 or something?
845 for Foegele.
Okay, my bad. So are you sure?
Not a lot. Wait a minute. Am I looking at the right game here?
Yeah, no, he had 745.
Oh,
yeah.
This is the last game sheet from the last game. Yeah. Sorry, I came in from the truck and I don't know where tonight's game sheet is.
Well, either way, we got her. So I don't see Foegele, and I hate to repeat myself, but Foegele and McLeod don't play like Perry is built to play. I do think that Janmark and Ryan they're more built for that. They're a little bit more so I don't have a problem with Brownie's idea of flip-flopping those two guys. To kind of get a more suited line for what they want to accomplish.
What'd you make of the flip-flop on the deep pairings, Brownie?
Well, it's funny. Darnell Nurse played the fewest minutes he's played since 2017 playoffs, like in a playoff game. He played 16 minutes tonight. So they certainly reduced his minutes. I thought Cody Ceci had a tough night tonight.
Oof.
There's a couple plays. The one time where the Canucks tried grabbed the puck down with his hand, and Ceci just kind of backed off and let him get it. I'm like, whoa, he's allowed to touch it, Cody. And there's a couple times going up the boards, Cody struggled. I think having him playing with Kulak, I think Kulak's playing well, and maybe that bailed Cody out a few times. I think the Oilers had to adapt. They were the team trailing, and the way they're going to adapt was flip-flop those defensive pairings. I mean, as a forward, someone asked Leon tonight, forward wouldn't have any idea what's going on back there. Just get me the puck, and that's all I need to know. So I don't care who you're playing with. But to me, I thought Cody struggled in this game tonight, and Darnell was okay. I like the fact that both Darnell and Desharnais, Struds, were much more physically engaged in this hockey game. I think that was important for them.
Well, that's the point I want to make. The first time Desharnais checked himself physically into this series, right? Like he had a huge hit on Latest Pedersen. I think it was in the first period. And, just coming over the blue line, just popped him, knocked him right down his ass. Like, we haven't seen that. There was a scrum, and he went right at JT Miller. That's perfect. Don't worry about scrapping Zadorov. Go make life ugly for Miller or Pedersen. Like, those are the two guys he went after. So that is the guy that I want to see, that the Oilers need to see to kind of tilt that physicality back the other way. So, I agree. I think Cody Ceci had a tough night tonight. Some turnovers and just not moving the puck quick enough. Some decisions. There was one on the blue line where he was kind of caught flat-footed trying to make a play, and so anyways, but I thought Desharnais, I don't know if it was because he's had a good night or beside Darnell, he felt he could do this, but his play went up really, really well. The physicality part, and so I really like that piece. So for that piece alone, I'd keep it.
Do you want to make the point here? Darnell Nurse credited with 0 hits in this hockey game. No chance Darnell Nurse had 0 hits in this hockey game. 0 chance. I saw him throw at least 2 or 3. So I'm going to point that out. But I'm also going to point out that at even strength, Darnell Nurse played 14 minutes and 1 second in this game. Evan Bouchard played 20 minutes and 50 seconds at even strength. Matthias Ekholm played 21-12 at even strength. Vinny Desharnais played 15-44 at even strength. Brett Kulak played 14-31 at even strength. Like, guys, Darnell Nurse's even strength minutes here he's down in the 5-6 position here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's scary.
Well, like I said, Schauger.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2017. Yeah, 2017 was the last time Darnell Nurse played this few of minutes in a playoff hockey game. Like, they certainly cut his minutes back tonight, and big time. There's a guy that's, remember, there's a few years ago in Winnipeg where he played 30 minutes or over 30 minutes in the hockey game. He's down to 16. So the one thing, though, Strud, answer me this. The end of the game on the Pickard catches the puck. The Vancouver Canucks called timeout. Face off in the Oilers zone. Goalie pulled. How is Ekholm and Bouchard not on the ice for that face off?
Yeah, who was it?
That's when Vancouver scored. Yeah. I mean, I understand Ekholm and Bouchard were on before, but there was a timeout called. I'm like, oh my God, how is Ekholm not on the ice? And they scored. Now, I'm not saying it's Thurston Desharnais' fault, but those are your two best defensemen by a long shot. Face off, 1-goal game, goalie pulled. I was utterly in disbelief that they did not have Ekholm and Bouchard on the ice.
Yeah, I might have gone Ekholm and Desharnais, right? He takes up a ton
Maybe
of
that
space.
too, yep.
They've done that before.
100%.
Yeah. When I look at it, like, that's kind of my big shutdown duo, and you can see it on the penalty kill, and they play together a lot in the penalty kill, so there's a lot of familiarity there.
Yep.
Really, that bit of a broken play. You're talking about the one that goes off Desharnais, then Garland walks to the middle.
No, this was at the end of the game with the goalie pulled when they tied the game up. Besser tied it up. Like the Oilers, there was a timeout.
Sorry,
yeah. In front, like, I'm like, how on the most important face-off in the game at that point, and you don't have Ekholm on the ice?
Yeah, no, and I hear what you're saying. That one, that's a tough face-off to lose, right? That's you win that face-off, and it's a much different scenario. But yeah, no, I think honestly, my group would be Ekholm, Desharnais. That's what I'd put out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, I agree with that too. But it would start with Ekholm. Like, that's what I was shocked with. They just pulled their goalie. You're hanging on to a 1-goal lead. How is your best defenseman not on the ice? And it came back to bite the Oilers. Not blaming anyone in particular, but Ekholm was not on the ice, and the Vancouver Canucks tied the game up.
And just quickly on the minutes for the D-men, I think it's clear who the number one pairing is. And I think after that, I think you might see just shared ice time between those four, right? So, there might be some nights where someone's up a few and other one's down a few. Like, I don't think there's a clear one. I'm not sure who the two is right now, especially with the way the pairings are set up.
Yeah, good point by you. Was there any more sound that we wanted to get to, or are we happy with what we've played so far, Struds?
No, I think we're good. I mean, we heard from the coach, and then Ekholm. I want to hear about Ekholm. So
yeah, perfect. Okay, Brownie, you got brownie points ready? I know you're mobile right now, but do you got it squared away for tonight?
Yeah, I do. I got this off the top of my head because it was a good night in Edmontonville. So I am all ready for you whenever you need them.
All right, let's do them right now. Time now for brownie points. Brought to you by Hamel's Premium Jerky. If you're looking for a snack to bring to the next watch party, look no further than Hamel's Beef Jerky. Locally owned in Alberta. Shipping is fast. You can satisfy that savory craving for the entire month of May. £1.50, $55 and free shipping. Anywhere in Alberta, hop on to albertajerky.com and order yours. Brownie, love the music, Zuby. Love that.
It is good music. I like it too. Let's keep that music running. As my first 29 brownie points go to the Edmonton Oilers' best player right now, and that is Leon Draisaitl. He was fantastic in this hockey game, and as Struds was saying earlier, he's playing cocky, he's playing arrogant, he's playing mean, he's playing tough, and he's got the hands and the vision that make him a special hockey player. Wonderful play at the end of the game, finding Bouchard at the point. So 29 for Leon Draisaitl. I have got two big, huge brownie points for number 2, Evan Bouchard. At one point, or a lot of the time during the season, and he has had a magical season, we talked about Evan Bouchard being a great offensive defenseman. And we talk about how good he is when the puck on his stick, but we always say, but we talk about the warts defensively. Evan Bouchard has been excellent in these playoffs. He's been excellent with the puck, and he has been very good without the puck. You don't play 31 minutes in a playoff game like you did last game unless you're getting it done in the defensive end. So everyone has taken some shots at Bouchard this year. I'm going to give him credit. He has been very good all round in these playoffs. 93 brownie points to RNH. He took some heat in the last few days. They needed more out of him 5-on-5. He gets a 2-on-1. He looks off the greatest player in the league and buries a huge goal at the end of the second period. So 93 points for the Nuge. And I am taking away 100 brownie points from the National Hockey League again. Another game and another goalie interference that throws one team into a fit and gets the coach ranting after the game. I watched the Boston-Florida game. The Florida Panther the Boston Bruins player stuck his stick into Bobrovsky's foot. He knocked the stick out of his hands, and they still called it a goal. I do not understand the rule. The coaches don't understand the rule. I'm changing. I'm taking 1,000 brownie points away from the National Hockey League because it is embarrassing right now. It's embarrassing that every game there seems to be a play that no one has any idea what the answer is. So exactly what I just said, 100,000 brownie points taken away from Gary Bettman and the National Hockey League. And that's all
it?
I got. That's it.
Strudy, what does Calvin Pickard need to do to get some brownie points?
Here it is. When I said that was it for the negative stuff. I said I still have one huge brownie point for the man of the hour with his first ever National Hockey League playoff victory. He was outstanding. He should be, has to be the starter for Game 5. Calvin Pickard gets a huge brownie point for the game he gave the Oilers tonight.
I still feel like he would like more regular-sized brownie points.
But you
like 15 or 20, like really good solid ones, Struds. Like he gets one.
No, this is like
one brownie point.
No, but like you don't understand.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's a huge like balloon brownie point, like big BP, like massive brownie point.
Can I?
Like,
I want to give I'll help you. I'll give you a Zuby point here. They're not worth as much.
That's big.
Okay, here I'll help Brownie. 3,461 brownie points to Calvin Pickard. It's been that long since his first NHL win to his first playoff win. That many days. 3,461 days.
Thank you, Zuby. Okay, I am going to add 100 brownie points for Zuby for coming up with that incredible stat.
Yes.
It just enhances the best segment of what's the name of our what's our podcast? GYB enhances
you're done.
GYB.
You're done. You're done. If you don't know the name of your own, you're done, buddy. That was brownie points brought to you by Hamel's Premium Jerky. Brownie, you're done for the night. Flag on the play. We'll talk to you in a couple of days, buddy.
I'm about to go in and have a piece of that beef jerky right now. I'm going with teriyaki before I go to bed.
All right, pal. Nothing like a chunk of teriyaki beef jerky. Awesome, buddy. Thanks, Brownie. Talk to you soon, man. I don't know, Struds. If he keeps throwing these things around willy-nilly, it's almost like the segment's not going to mean anything. You know, the integrity of the segment is at risk here.
No, you have to be careful how you hand out, how you allot them. And he's completely lost control. I'll have a word with him tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree. All right. When we come back, Strudy's World, take a lap and ask us anything. Lots of show left. We got a great number on the stream too. Really appreciate you joining us. Do us a favor, hit the like button when you get a chance. Apparently that helps us. We'll be right back.
Spring is here, and if you're thinking of buying a new home during the housing market hot period, contacting a mortgage broker should be your first step. Maria Gallus with Maximo Mortgages can guide you with a stress-free experience. With access to dozens of different lenders, Maria's simplistic approach and expert advice will have you ready to put an offer in on your dream home. Take the stress out of your mortgage journey. Contact Maria Gallus at mortgagesbymaria.ca. That's mortgagesbymaria.ca.
For over 60 years, Belvedere Golf and Country Club has been delivering a high-quality golf experience to Edmonton and area. This beautiful private club, located on Highway 21 just south of Sherwood Park, occupies 160 acres and presents a challenging yet adventurous 18-hole design. A beautiful clubhouse, fully stocked pro shop, and warm, friendly staff truly make it feel like you belong to something unique and special. Visit www.belvederegcc.com. Long Shots Golf is the destination for both golf enthusiasts and sports fans. Top-of-the-line TrackMan simulators provide a highly entertaining and accurate golf experience, while a full-service sports bar loaded with big screens and scratch kitchen make it a truly unique destination. They have locations in Sherwood Park and Edmonton. Experience the best indoor golf and sports bar in town. Visit longshots.ca. That's longshots with a Z.ca.
When you make a mistake, heads should roll. It's not right. And I'm here. Someone has to put their foot down. Now that I say it out loud, it does sound a little crazy. God, I look good.
Time now for Strudy's World, brought to you by Shipwreck Rum. The Brindley family's been handcrafting their rum on the Caribbean island of St. Kitts for decades. Their Shipwreck Vanilla is blended with natural Madagascar vanilla, which gives it an incredible smoothness. Take one sip and you will agree it's a vacation in a bottle. Get Shipwrecked, Oiler fans. Available at your local liquor retailer. And as always, please enjoy responsibly. Zuby, you were reminding us that we have had 3 Strudy's World about mustard since Strudy's World became a thing this season, buddy. That is, that's something.
Oh, I was listening last night and I was just laughing to myself about it. I think my wife had to ask me, "What are you laughing?" I said, "Oh, this is the 3rd Strudy's World about mustard."
Yeah, we all have to have passion, Struds.
People want to know and they want action. You got to take action. You know, call to arms.
Mike B says, "I live for Strudy's World." Wow. So let's give Mike B what he needs, Struds. Bring it.
Serious one today. So, you know, as I watch these games, especially when the Oilers are protecting a lead, I'm always interested about who goes out there. So today, you know, that the guys were Connor Leon and then Nuge or Derek Ryan, depending on what side of the faceoff was on. I think we've established who the D should be, in my opinion, Ekholm and Darnay, when you're protecting the league and like, let's talk 90 seconds left. Up front, though, I'm not quite as clear. about who I want out there. I think it's clear I want Leon out there. For a right faceoff, I want Derek Ryan out there. And again, on that side, it seems like McDavid's out there a lot. And I get it, he's improved his defensive play. But let me put forward an idea here. And that's before everyone jumps down my throat. Just let me explain myself. I want someone who is married to the idea of playing really hard defense, being in the right place at the right time, and not afraid. Not that Connor's afraid to block shots, but who is willing to sacrifice his leg, literally, to block the shot. So let me just put this duo forward. I believe it should be Leon and Janmark, and then depending on where the faceoff is, you add the third person. I'll hang up and listen to your responses, Shogger.
Interesting. Leon and Janmark. Okay. So if you're thinking about the top qualities that you want in your guys, you're talking about defending a lead, right?
Yeah, we're up 1-0 here. And the team's up 1-0. Who are you going to put?
Here's the thing. Very, very high on my list of qualities that you want these players to have is sure-handedness. And what I would suggest to you is that the gap of sure-handedness between Matthias Janmark and the guys that are currently being used is significant. And no offense to Janmark. I think he's, but you need to have a guy that when he gets it is going to be really sure-handed. And we know McDavid is. We know, a few of those other more skilled players are. I like your idea, but I would submit to you that is where there's a drop-off.
Over the course of the year, how many times can you remember Janmark making a misstep, not beating the shooting lane, or not getting a puck out on the wall?
True. Yeah, he's good in his own end on the wall. And I guess as long as you're okay with, get it and fire it out, right? Just the simple play.
But what is everybody else doing? Like, I don't really see much else, especially in the playoffs. Like, are the amount of people making plays out of their zone? I don't think they were.
Yeah. No, I don't mind it, buddy. I don't mind it. I'm kind of trying to be a contrarian. I'm just trying to present the counterpoint to you.
And I think,
and your point about blocking shots is very valid. Like, quite frankly, I don't want McDavid diving in front of a shot in the last minute of a game. If you've got other guys out there that you think, that are probably better at it, quite frankly.
And I'm sure I'm taking heat on the stream, and I get it. And I'm not trying to dismiss or devalue what Connor's done, but I'd just like to see a line that's maybe a little more suited to that role. And again, it sounds like I'm criticizing Connor. That's not what my intention is. It's just what would be the ideal line at the end of a game.
Yeah.
And if it's on the other side, maybe it is Connor, Leon, and Janmark, right? I'm not sure that Dylan. Let's go through who it is. I don't think it's Holloway. I don't believe it's Ryan. I don't believe it's Fogle. McLeod, I wouldn't have him in that group.
What do you think about Zach Hyman for his puck possession skills, his ability to shield the puck, maintain possession, robust thighs? What are your thoughts on Hyman?
Robust thighs. What are we doing? A bike race? I think
not thighs. I said size.
Oh, I thought you said robust thighs.
So did I.
Yes.
Why are we talking about thighs? Like, is he entering the Tour de France? No, I don't think that Zach Hyman is the best defensive player of the Oilers group. I don't think he's in that grouping. I think there's others do a little bit better job than that.
Okay, let's go to the stream here. Janmark's role is an amazing PKer and a fourth line guy. Him on the first line was brutal. Okay, that's not necessarily about that. Chris R says Strudy has never been more right. Donovan says this is a less hot take than any of the mustard ones. I don't mind it protecting a lead. Strudy went to the school of Mark Crawford, 98 Nagano edition. LOL, says CK Pond. Now, Taves DeCane with the point that most mirrors your thought process. No hope plays up the wall from Janmark. Always hard off the glass and out. So yeah, a bit of a split there, Strudy. Not a crazy suggestion. I kind of like it, buddy. I kind of like it. And empowering guys, right? Get them out there.
Yeah.
Keep them engaged.
For sure.
Although if it's a 1-goal game, I'm not sure that how much ice time would he have had recently, do you think?
Who, Janmark? I think he had like 13 tonight.
Defending the lead, yeah.
Yeah, these like so that's yeah. So again, I don't want this to come off like I'm criticizing McDavid's defensive play, but are there others you can involve that would maybe have skill sets well suited to this role? Yeah. So
yeah, I like it. That was Strudy's World, brought to you by Shipwreck Rum. Strudy recommends the mango.
So good. So delicious.
Okay, lots else going on around the National Hockey League, so let's get to some of that. Time to take a lap, brought to you by Backscape, the fastest growing male grooming company on the planet, and it's even better. This is the Backscape 2.0. Check that thing out. It's got a new friction fit handle, lets you effortlessly snap the shaver in and out to touch up the rest of your body. It's pretty cool how easily it works. And the new titanium shave head gives a nice, smooth, comfortable shave. We got a deal for you. Promo code GYB10. If you go to backscape.com, that's bakscape.com, and you use GYB10, you'll get 10% off. Pretty cool product. And if you need it, give it a rip. And use that promo code GYB10. Backscape. Stay smooth, gentlemen. Okay, Struds, where do you want to take a lap tonight, bud?
Well, I watched some of the Boston Florida game, and it felt like every time that he was on the ice, Sam Reinhart was shooting. The guy was he had 8 shots tonight. Incredibly. I went and looked at it. He led the game. 8 shots and 3 missed opportunities or attempted shots, whatever you want to call it. So
hang on, bud. He had 8 shots, 3 attempts blocked, and 5 missed shots. That's 16 shot attempts.
Yeah. So so after looking at it, I was like, damn, I was right. He was shooting everything, that guy.
Yeah.
He was a monster volume shooter. Did score once, wasn't enough. But I'm not a huge stat guy, but sometimes when you see something going on the ice and you take a look, you're like, I got to check to make sure that I'm seeing it. So I'm seeing it. It was pretty incredible for him. That's a lot of action.
Yeah. So the Boston Bruins, they pick up a 2-1 win here. I don't know. Do you still feel like this can shift Boston's way?
Yeah, I think it'd be difficult. But they give himself another chance, right? That's all. You just got to keep giving yourself opportunities to get these wins. But I do feel they would be unlikely that they can win 3 in a row against Florida. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, Marchand too, right? Like, what are they saying? Like, what's his timeline? When's he? We saw some cool video tonight of him behind the scenes, how involved he is. He's down in the tunnel, high five and doing all those things. Right. He's such a big part of it. I think he could really, for a team that found one here, you inject him, and now you got a little bit more belief and a little more reason for it. So I'm not sure what his timeline is.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. And then there was an award handed out tonight, the Mark Messier Leadership Award, and this is handed out to someone that the league recognizes as an individual, as a superior leader within their sport, and as a contributing member of society. Mark Messier is obviously all about it, and they gave it to Jacob Trouba. Now, not a popular choice. I love Jacob Trouba. I love that he plays for the Rangers. I love the way he tries to murder people coming across the middle. He's a hard battler. He's just a warrior. Right. And he doesn't really care what anyone thinks. So I got the sense online he wasn't a very well-liked recipient of this award, but he does do a lot of good things in New York in that area, and he is a leader that I think his teammates really appreciate.
And I'm just trying to see, I should know this, but I'm just trying to find it. Who votes on the Mark Messier? Do you know that offhand, Struds?
Is it not just Mark Messier? I might be wrong.
Is it just so we maybe take a look behind the scenes and see if we can figure that one out. Is it just Messier handing it out? Presented annually to the player who exemplifies great leadership qualities, but that article doesn't continue. Selected by Hockey Hall of Famer center Mark Messier. Yeah. So, I'm sorry. I should have known that. It's late here. It's pushing 1 a.m., so I should have known that. But that's interesting. That's got to be a pretty cool feeling to get the Moose picking you.
Yeah, it is. And they've had some pretty cool places. Like last year it was Kopitar. A couple of years ago, Derek England, Shea Weber. Like, all of these guys are good, contributing members to society and to hockey. But I just thought, usually I don't find they really move the needle too much. Like people are like, yeah, he's a good guy. but Jacob Trouba is not well liked by really any fan base, or it feels like the media.
Guy can play on my team. Holy smokes.
Oh, I love him. I'd take that guy in a second. A heartbeat.
So good. By the way, that Boston Florida game, did it seem like they were trying to murder each other for the first 15 minutes of that game?
Well, Boston had almost 50 hits in the game. I mean, that's a hit every minute almost. Like that's a pretty busy sequence of action.
49-35. Brazeau had 7.
Yeah.
Charlie Coyle had 8 hits.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Angry hockey.
And some big hits. All right, that was Taking a Lap, brought to you by our good friends over at Backscape. Okay, man, late. I'm feeling the pinch here. Didn't get the afternoon nap, Strud, so I'm dragging the ass a little bit here. Time now for Ask Us Anything, though, brought to you by Match Eatery and Public House. Time to get some of you involved here on the stream because there's so many of you and we're getting lots of great comments.
So
Match, yep. What's that, Struds?
I said it's so good. Lots of
the numbers here, are nuts.
Fantastic.
So Match Eatery in Public House is your destination for all the sports action, big screens, ice cold beer, all your pub favorites perfected. Match Eatery in Public House, located adjacent to Rogers Place in the Grand Villa Casino. Check them out online. You can see what it looks like. All they have to offer at matchpub.com. Zuby, why don't you hop in here, my friend? There was a little arguing going on the stream tonight. Little feistiness on a night where the Oilers won.
There always is. It's the same group of people debating Nurse and CC, and there's you know what? I can't keep track of it. I think it's Neil Garrity's the CC backer, and there's a bunch of other folks who are not.
Okay.
And it's all very civil, and it's all good. But I'm going to start with something in that realm. Actually, I think Nathan Jameson, he's one of the guys who's on the other side, and he said, what will it take? And I know we've talked about this, but we'll just get it again. What will it take, honestly, for Cody Ceci to exit the lineup? You can't tell me it would be worse with Troy Stetcher. He gets battered every shift. It's insane at this point. And someone else suggesting that they thought Stetcher played well with Nurse when we saw that pairing together. So maybe I know the answer and we all know it, but what would it actually take for a healthy for Ceci to come out in any manner?
Well, I think, unless there was a health issue, I don't think he will come out.
Agreed.
This is a group they're rolling with, right? I thought he had a tough night tonight. Just to me, it's just like puck management, game management, decisions. I thought tonight, I know there's been a lot of critique of his play. I particularly didn't like his game this evening.
Yep, completely agree. The Dr. Carp says death. So getting a little dark there, but
a little heavy.
A little heavy. But his point, Gomez says the flu. So just to put it into perspective, I believe there was a chance Chris Knobloch was considering going 11-7 tonight because Ekholm was very sick. If you heard Matthias Ekholm, in fact, Zuby, play us 5 seconds of the Matthias Ekholm clip. Listen to how sick this guy was.
I'm so happy for him. He's just been unbelievable for us this year.
Matthias Ekholm was some kind of sick. So I think they were going to play 7 defensemen tonight, potentially. And Troy Stetcher wasn't on the ice with the team this morning. It was Philip Broberg that was on the ice. He would have been the next guy. So in order to pull CC out, you would have to move someone over to the right side. And I think they're done with trying to ask Philip Broberg to do that. They should be done. So I think there's very little chance because the next guy up is a left shot.
The Worm mentioned the Oilers went 12-6 with the same lineup and just switched the D pairing. So that was the reason for acting like 11-7 might happen, was just Ekholm's health, or was there any other smokescreen being thrown there?
I don't think this coach really thinks that way, Struds. Maybe I'm a little off balance, but I think there was a possibility. I think Ekholm was not at the rink and was really sick this morning. And I think that they were willing and ready if they thought his minutes would be diminished. I think they, rather than scratch Ekholm, if he was able to go, I think they would rather dress an extra defenseman, Struds. And if he couldn't go after the first period, then fine.
Yeah, I think Woodcroft liked to be a little bit more mysterious. I don't think you need to. This is my team. What are you going to do? Just run him out there. So I don't believe there was a smoke screen. And Ekholm's a huge part of this team. Number one defenseman, they need him. So, I'm sure that he won't do anything until game time Thursday night in Vancouver.
I did do a quick poll tonight. Let's get your guys' answer to it. First, there was discussion about, again, forwards, who should come in, who should come out. So there was discussion about who's going to score a goal first of some of the guys with donuts. So these were the options I gave. Connor Brown, Corey Perry, Derek Ryan, or Ryan McLeod. Who do you like to tally first?
Well, I don't think Holloway or Brown have really been close. I think Ryan's been the closest. So I would probably go Ryan, then Perry, and then the other two gentlemen.
No. Dylan Holloway's playing with Leon Draisaitl right now, and he's probably going to keep playing with Leon.
Holloway's on there?
No, I didn't have Holloway on there. Perry,
Okay.
McLeod, Ryan, and Brown.
What do you?
Sorry, Struds, you said Holloway.
Struds went to Holloway.
Oh, I didn't mean to have Holloway. Sorry, I didn't mean.
Yeah. I was confused. I heard you say Holloway. Yeah. Okay, my bad.
Yeah.
So you're saying Derek Ryan? Yeah, I think that's probably safe. He's going to probably keep getting some good minutes. He's playing well. Like Derek Ryan he's playing well. He's hitting and he's skating fast, and he's a big part of the penalty kill. How was he in the face-off circle tonight? 44%, so not ideal, but he's playing pretty well. So I would go with him.
Okay, so the group said they gave 169 votes, 38% think Corey Perry will score first, McLeod 27%, Ryan 27%, and Brown 6%. So they had Connor Brown.
All right, very good.
At the bottom,
let's keep it to two more because it's late. Okay, two more, and then we'll get to our play of the day.
There was an interesting comment on face-offs. Basically, it was just, do you think that's still something that the Oilers are going to needs to be a point of emphasis? They lost a few late, and those one led to the second goal. And is that a place that they need to make a big improvement at still, or be working on?
Yeah, like not every face-off's the same. A neutral zone face-off, I don't have it's not that big a deal. But in the offensive and defensive zone, you need to get it. And that, you're right, that moment there where the face-off was lost led to the goal. So, you got to scramble it and or help if you don't feel like you can win it. And that means the D-man forwards have to jump in and really fight for that puck. And even if it becomes a 50-50, hang on to it and make that fight stay. Don't let it get up to the blue line. Because as soon as Quinn Hughes and Roenick get it, you got problems.
Teddy Bluger really chewed somebody up tonight. He was 6-0 in the face-off circle, 100%. Probably should have taken more when you got a guy that's hot like that.
Okay, I promise I would get this comment in from Taves to Kane. He said, I need Rishaug to know that his Subway order of a vegetable flatbread with barbecue sauce is so offside it made Duchesne in 2013 look onside.
Love it.
This is probably fair. I get sheepish. Like when I'm ordering it, this has happened to me once or twice, Struds. Like you got like a guy or a girl in line next to you. And I'm running down my vegetables, right? So you're kind of loosely paying attention to what the person next to you is ordering. And I'll run down the vegetables and green peppers and this and that, everything's normal. And then at the end, I go, barbecue sauce. And a few times I've had people go, ooh, like next to me, like, oh, that took a bad turn, dropping the barbecue sauce in last minute. Yeah. So I think that's fair. It's fair. I can't really defend it. I just like it. I don't know why.
Okay, I want to do one more thing. Sorry. Aussie Oiler, I have a question and then one other quick comment from him. He said, given the max fine is $5,000, do you think they'll ever change this to max fine to be a percentage of a player's salary? Then it hurts the same if you earn a league minimum or $9 million. However you do it, certainly that $5,000, I mean, that cannot even be a second thought to a player out on the ice in the heat of battle, right, Struds?
The players will never go for that.
Never.
They say, what'd you say? No. And that would just be it. End of conversation.
No, we will not be doing that. No. Yeah. I understand what they're saying though. Like the fines are a little bit ridiculous.
Oh, they're a joke. They're a coin purse, right? It's in your Armani coin purse.
Yeah. And also Aussie Oiler wants to know if Got Your Back hats ship to Australia.
I think so. Yeah, we should tell people we've got hats available on our website. So check out what's our website, Zuby?
GYBpod.com.
GYBpod.com.
/merch.
Yeah, click on GYB merch up in the corner. And I think they do. You can try. You pick your hat, you go through the checkout, and see if you can get it to ship to Australia. You just might, it might cost you an arm and a leg, but yeah, give her a go. I'd love to see one in Australia. But it's a third party that we use to do all the shipping and stuff, so can't guarantee it. Okay, that was Ask Us Anything, brought to you by Matt Cheatery and Public House. Time for our play of the day. Playoffs are nuts. We saw that tonight. Play Alberta is making it even more fun. Make a deposit with the promo code GYB50. That'll get you a free sports bet with your next deposits. They've got great promotions throughout the playoffs. 10-plus odd boosts on every Oiler playoff game. Chance to win a pair of lower bowl or even exclusive suite tickets for a playoff game just by making a bet on an Oiler playoff game. That is all happening over at playalberta.ca. Play responsibly. Bonus terms and conditions do apply. Okay, Struds, what do you want to go with tonight, my friend?
Easiest one. As soon as I saw it, the game-winning goal, the hit, the forecheck by Vander Kane set up the whole thing. That is the play of the day of the playoffs so far for me, for the Oilers.
You liked it that much?
I love it. I've been dying for it. Put it in behind their D, make them turn and go get it, finish the check, and now they're in trouble. And that's exactly what they did. So well done, Evander.
37 hits for the Oilers. Not a tremendous but it just felt like they were more in it, Struds. It felt like they showed up early.
Yeah, and the big guys were there. Like Kane decided tonight he was the man, and he was the alpha. The apex predator out there was Evander Kane.
Got a little more tactical, some more zone time, just trying to keep guys to the outside, so the hit total dipped a little through there. Doesn't have to be insanity, but man, if you go out there with at least thinking about it, with that on your mind, it can make a difference and it can create a moment. That was the play of the day, brought to you by Play Alberta. Okay, thank you so much to everybody that hopped in on the live stream with us. Still at crazy numbers here at 1:08 a.m. I will be on a flight to Vancouver tomorrow, Struds. So I think the next time we check in will be after Game 5, but really looking forward to it. Good job tonight, buddy. Thanks for stepping into the big chair.
You got it. Nice times, boys. We'll talk soon.
Zuby, great job tonight, my friend.
Thanks, pal. It was fun. Good show.
Thanks to all of you. We appreciate you for your downloads, your subscriptions, your contributions on the stream. We love you. Thank you for taking part in this with us. And a big thanks to Sherwood Buick GMC as well. Talk to you real soon, folks. Let's all go get some sleep. All of us. Let's go to bed. Everybody go to bed. We're done. Go to bed.
Good night, Ryan.
Night, Zuby.